ask you something. How many places does customer feedback live in today? Surveys, support tickets, live chat, app feedback, online reviews, social comments, and each one tells a slightly different story. The problem isn't that teams don't collect feedback anymore, it's that feedback is everywhere. And most teams are still trying to analyze it in silos. Support looks at tickets, product looks at app feedback, CX looks at surveys, and nobody's seeing the full picture. Because in 2026, the real challenge isn't collecting feedback, it's understanding all of it together. That's exactly where AI feedback analysis tools come in. AI feedback analysis isn't about one survey or one dashboard, it's about using AI to connect feedback from multiple sources, make sense of large volumes of unstructured data, identify recurring themes in sentiment, and surface what customers are actually telling you at scale. Hi, I'm Kanika from Zonka Feedback, your go-to platform for surveys, customer experience management, and AI-powered feedback intelligence. And in this video, we are breaking down top AI feedback analysis tools you should consider in 2026. Tools that go beyond surveys, help you analyze feedback from across channels, and turn scattered customer voices into clear insight. So if feedback feels fragmented, overwhelming, or hard to turn into action, this video is for you. So let's get started. First, Zonka Feedback. If you want an AI feedback analysis tool that can look at feedback from multiple sources together and tell you what actually matters, this is where Zonka Feedback stands out. What makes Zonka powerful isn't just that it collects feedback, it's how it analyzes feedback across channels and turns scattered signals into clear priorities. At its core, Zonka works as a unified feedback intelligence system. All your feedback from surveys, support tickets, chat conversation, and in-product touchpoints flows into a single intelligence layer, so analysis doesn't happen in silos. You are looking at the full customer signal, not fragments. Before diving deep, Zonka gives teams fast orientation. You can see how much feedback is coming in, how it's trending over time, which channels are driving issues, and how experiences differ across location, branches, or regions. On the CX side, you are tracking NPS, CSAT, and CES, overall sentiment, and urgency. So critical feedback stands out immediately. You also get quick qualitative signals like word clouds and AI-generated positive and negative tags, useful for spotting patterns without reading everything. This answers a simple question: what's happening right now? The real value shows up when AI feedback intelligence kicks in. Instead of manual analysis, Zonka Feedback generates a snapshot report, an AI-driven summary of your entire feedback landscape. In one view, you get key insights, what's changing, what's repeating, and what deserves attention, key drivers, where the themes being mentioned positively or negatively, or how they are influencing CX outcomes, overall sentiment, which is a clear emotional direction across feedback, not just isolated comments. So instead of debating why scores move, teams can see the drivers behind them. From there, Zonka goes further into qualitative feedback analysis. The AI automatically organizes unstructured feedback into themes and sub-themes across all feedback sources. For each theme, you can see how often it appears, its sentiment score, and how both volume and sentiment are changing over time. And with themes in focus, Zonka highlights themes that are trending and themes that are just starting to emerge. This helps team prioritize what's growing and not just what's loud. When a theme needs investigation, you can drill down using deep dive reports. Here, you see each theme and sub-theme, exact mention counts, sentiment at every level, and the actual customer comments behind it. So there's no guesswork. You know what customers experienced, where it happened, and why it matters. Zonka also keeps analysis flexible. Teams can customize themes to match their business language or ask the AI to suggest new themes using a short 1 to 3 line prompt. That means your feedback analysis evolves as your product, services, and customer expectations evolve. And insights don't stop at understanding. With Zonka's response inbox and workflow system, feedback moves into actions quickly. Issues can be assigned, tracked, escalated, and closed, with alerts ensuring urgent feedback never slips through. Different teams see what's relevant to them, while leadership gets a clear view of patterns and priorities. So, if you are looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that connects signals across sources, extracts meaning from unstructured feedback, links insights to CX metrics, and helps teams act with confidence, Zonka Feedback sets the benchmark. Qualtrics. Now, if you're operating at a large enterprise scale and feedback analysis needs to be consistent, governed, and defensible, Qualtrics is built for that world. Qualtrics approaches AI feedback analysis from a very structured, program-led perspective. It's designed for organizations where feedback isn't just reviewed, it's measured, modeled, and reported across teams. When it comes to feedback sources, Qualtrics can analyze input from surveys, digital feedback, support interactions, and other VOC channels, especially through XM Discover. This allows large organizations to bring multiple feedback streams together and analyze them under a single VOC framework. Where Qualtrics really stands out is in how it connects feedback to measurement and analysis rigor. Instead of only summarizing feedback, Qualtrics applies advanced analytics to understand what's driving experience outcomes. With tools like StatsIQ, teams can identify which factors, themes, or attributes are statistically influencing metrics like NPS or CSAT. This is especially valuable when decisions need to be backed by data that can stand up to executive or board level scrutiny. On the qualitative side, Qualtrics uses AI to analyze unstructured feedback through text IQ. Open-ended comments are grouped into topics, analyzed for sentiments, and summarized at scale. This helps teams move beyond anecdotal feedback and understand patterns across thousands or even millions of responses. It's important to understand how Qualtrics fits operationally. Qualtrics excels at enterprise VOC programs, research-grade analysis, and standardized reporting across business units. But it's typically used with defined teams, processes, and governance in place. Insights are often reviewed, validated, and then acted on through downstream systems rather than directly inside the platform. So, if you're looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that supports large-scale, multi-source VOC programs, applies AI and statistics to understand feedback drivers, and delivers consistent enterprise-grade insight, Qualtrics is a strong fit, especially for organizations where feedback analysis needs to be precise, structured, and highly reliable. SurveySensum. Now, if your primary goal with feedback is to understand what's hurting customer experience the most and what to fix first, SurveySensum is built exactly for that. SurveySensum approaches AI feedback analysis through a very CX first lens. It's less about running complex research programs and more about helping CX teams turn feedback into clear priorities. At the heart of SurveySensum's AI feedback analysis is its ability to connect qualitative feedback directly to experience metrics. As feedback comes in from surveys and CX touchpoints, the AI analyzes open-ended responses, applies sentiment analysis, and groups feedback into themes. This helps teams quickly see what customers are complaining about, what they appreciate, and where frustration is concentrated. Where SurveySensum really stands out is how it prioritizes feedback using impact. Instead of treating every comment equally, the platform focuses on identifying which themes are most strongly influencing metrics like NPS, CSAT, and CES. So CX teams aren't just seeing feedback volume, they're seeing what's actually driving customer loyalty or dissatisfaction. This makes it much easier to answer questions like what should we fix first, which issues are hurting retention, where will improvements have the biggest CX impact. SurveySensum's AI also helps with trend tracking. Teams can monitor how feedback themes evolve over time, whether sentiment is improving or worsening, how CX initiatives are influencing customer perception. This makes it useful for ongoing CX programs where feedback needs to be reviewed continuously, not just at the end of survey cycle. In terms of usability, SurveySensum keeps the analysis experience approachable. Insights are surfaced in a way that's easy to understand, share with stakeholders, and act on even for the teams without dedicated analysts. The AI work in the background, helping CX teams focus on decision instead of manual analysis. So if you are looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that puts customer experience at the center, connects feedback to NPS, CSAT, and CES, helps prioritize issues based on impact, and supports ongoing CX improvement, SurveySensum is a strong choice, especially for CX teams focused on retention, loyalty, and experience-led growth. Thematic. Now, if your biggest challenge isn't collecting feedback but making sense of massive volumes of unstructured data, Thematic is one of the most specialized tools in this space. Thematic is built almost entirely around AI feedback analysis. It doesn't try to be a survey tool or a workflow platform. Instead, it focuses on one thing, using AI to deeply understand what customers are talking about at scale. At the core of Thematic is AI-driven thematic analysis. You can feed in feedback from multiple sources, whether it is surveys, support tickets, reviews, chat conversations, and other feedback streams. The AI then automatically groups these feedback into themes and sub-themes without manual tagging. This is especially powerful when you are dealing with thousands or even millions of comments and manual analysis simply isn't possible. Thematic also applies sentiment analysis at the theme level. So you're not just seeing what topics come up most often, you are seeing how customers feel about each topic and how that sentiment changes over time. This makes it easier to spot growing frustration around a feature, recurring pain points in support, or improvements that are actually landing well. One area where Thematic really stands out is theme quality and consistency. The platform allows teams to refine themes over time, so as feedback volume grows, the analysis becomes more accurate. This is especially valuable for mature VOC or insights teams that care about long-term trend analysis and clean categorization. Thematic also helps teams move from raw feedback to clear insight summaries. Instead of scanning thousands of comments, teams can quickly understand what the dominant themes are, how sentiment is shifting, and which issues are emerging versus stabilizing. It's important to understand where Thematic fits best. Thematic excels at deep AI-driven analysis, theme discovery, and sentiment intelligence across feedback sources. It's less focused on workflow execution, closing the loop directly inside the platform, or day-to-day CX operations. Most teams pair Thematic with other CX or feedback tools to act on the insights it generates. So if you are looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that specializes in thematic and sentiment intelligence, handles large volume of unstructured feedback, and helps you understand what customers are really saying at a deep analytical level, Thematic is a strong choice, especially for insights and VOC teams that want AI to do the heavy lifting for interpretation. Chattermill. Now, if your goal with feedback analysis isn't just to understand what customers are saying, but to align teams around what needs to change, Chattermill is built for that. Chattermill approaches AI feedback analysis through a voice of customer intelligence lens. It's designed to bring feedback from multiple channels into one place and turn it into insights teams can rally around. Chattermill can ingest feedback from surveys, support tickets, app reviews, social feedback, and other customer touchpoints. Once that feedback is unified, its AI automatically analyzes structured, unstructured text, identifies recurring themes, and applies sentiment analysis at scale. Once that feedback is unified, its AI automatically analyzes unstructured text, identifies recurring themes, and applies sentiment analysis at scale. So instead of teams working off disconnected reports, everyone is looking at the same customer reality. Where Chattermill really stands out is how insights are organized for decision making. The platform helps teams see which themes are trending up or down, where sentiment is deteriorating, and which issues are showing up repeatedly across channels. This makes it easier to understand questions like what's driving complaints this month, what's changed after our last release, which issues are affecting multiple teams at once. Chattermill is also strong when it comes to cross-functional visibility. Product teams can focus on product-related themes, support teams can dig into ticket drivers, CX leaders can track experience shifts over time. Everyone sees insights that matter to them without rebuilding reports from scratch. In terms of how AI is used, Chattermill focuses on clarity and prioritization. The AI helps surface patterns, trends, and signals, but the goal isn't to overwhelm teams with analysis. It is to create shared understanding and momentum around the right fixes. Like Thematic, Chattermill is primarily about insight discovery and prioritization. Action typically happens through integration with tools like ticketing systems, product boards, or collaboration tools. So if you're looking for an AI feedback analysis tools that brings feedback together across channels, uses AI to highlight trends and sentiment, and helps teams align around what to fix next, Chattermill is a strong choice, especially for organizations that want one clear voice of customer view across the business. Revuze. Now, if your primary goal with feedback analysis is to understand how customers experience your product and how that compares to the market, Revuze is built for that use case. Revuze approaches AI feedback analysis from a product and market intelligence perspective. It's designed to help teams understand what users are saying about features, what's driving satisfaction or frustration, and how their product stacks up against competitors. Revuze can analyze feedback from multiple sources, including surveys, product reviews, support tickets, and other customer feedback channels. Once that data is ingested, Revuze uses AI to analyze large volume of unstructured feedback and break it down into meaningful insights. At the core of Revuze's AI feedback analysis is feature level and topic level understanding. The AI automatically identifies which features are being talked about, what customers like or dislike about them, and how sentiment varies across different product areas. This makes it especially useful for product managers who need to answer questions like which features are causing friction, what do users love, and what's driving churn. Where should we focus next on the roadmap? Revuze also applies sentiment analysis to show how customer emotions differ by feature, topic, or product area. So instead of a single overall sentiment score, teams can see where frustration is concentrated, where satisfaction is strong, and how sentiment is shifting over time. Another area where Revuze stands out is competitive and market insights. By analyzing large volume of review and feedback data, teams can identify how customers talk about competitors, what gaps exist in the market, and where expectations are changing. This helps product and strategy teams make decisions based not just on internal feedback but on broader market signals. Revuze is less about workflows or closing the loop directly and more about understanding the product experience at scale. Insights are typically used to inform product roadmaps, guide feature prioritization, and support market and positioning decisions. So if you're looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that specializes in product and feature level insights, analyzes unstructured feedback at scale, applies sentiment to understand user perception, and brings a market intelligence angle to feedback, Revuze is a strong choice, especially for product teams that want feedback to directly shape strategy. Enterpret. Now, if you're dealing with massive volumes of unstructured feedback and want AI to do the heavy lifting analysis, Enterpret is built exactly for that. Enterpret is designed as an AI-native feedback analytics platform. Instead of being built around surveys or workflows, it is built around data unification and interpretation. Enterpret can ingest feedback from a wide range of sources, including surveys, support tickets, chat conversation, reviews, and other text-heavy platform channels. Once the data is unified, Enterpret's AI analyzes it at scale without requiring teams to manually define taxonomies upfront. At the core of Enterpret's AI feedback analysis is its ability to automatically generate themes and subthemes, sentiment insights, and structured summaries from raw unstructured text. This allows teams to move from scattered comments to clear, usable insights without weeks of manual tagging or setup. Enterpret is also strong at handling complexity. As feedback volume grows and sources multiply, the AI continues to surface patterns, identify emerging issues, and highlight changes in sentiment over time. This makes it particularly useful for organizations scaling their feedback programs or modernizing legacy VOC stacks. Another key strength is how Enterpret supports exploration and insight discovery. Teams can dig into themes, trace insights back to raw feedback, and understand the context behind trends without being logged into rigid dashboards. Enterpret is less about executing workflows and more about building an intelligent feedback foundation. Insights are typically fed into product planning, CX strategy, research, or downstream systems where actions take place. So, if you are looking for an AI feedback analysis tool that is built natively for unstructured data, scales across multiple feedback sources, uses AI to automatically generate themes and insights, and supports deep exploration without heavy configuration, Enterpret is a strong choice, especially for teams building modern, AI-driven feedback intelligence stacks. What's becoming clear in 2026 is that feedback analysis isn't a one-tool problem. The right AI feedback analysis platform depends on where your feedback comes from, how complex it is, and what decisions you need to make with it. Some tools are built to deeply analyze unstructured feedback, some focus on CX prioritization, some help teams align around trends, and some are designed to scale AI-driven insights across the organization. The biggest shift happening right now is this. Feedback analysis is no longer about reading comments or pulling reports after the fact. It's about using AI to connect feedback across channels, understand patterns at scale, and focus teams on the issues that actually matter. If you are still analyzing feedback in silos or relying heavily on manual effort, AI feedback analysis tools can fundamentally change how you listen to customers. And if you're exploring how to bring multi-source feedback, qualitative analysis, and CX insights together in one place, I'll leave a link to Zonka Feedback in the description below. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which feedback analysis tools you are currently using or which one would you like me to break down next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.